Thank you.
I like haiku.
Good. I have a whole bunch of haiku. That's mainly what I'm reading tonight, because that's what I've been writing lately. This is a short poem. This actually, I took it out of a poem that I wrote for my daughter about a nice little memory we had of something we did together when she was, I guess, about 10. And the result of that was she wrote her first book, and she's now an artist and skilled in designing books. And it's called Pages. It starts with a quote from Rilke. "Does it really exist, this destroyer time?" the poet wrote. "The time is just a tablet of blank pages to draw on that only turn one way, while memory turns the other." This was inspired by a couple of friends, two young ladies that are performers on stage, singer-songwriters. I was seeing a lot of their shows. Actually, I saw a lot of one shows. The other one only did one show that I saw, and I took the other one to it. So they're now friends. Both North Carolina. They're both Raleigh. They both live in Raleigh now. And I also write poems about the Beltline. I live right off the Beltline in Raleigh. So I sat down one morning on my porch and could hear the Beltline off in the distance. I can't see it really, but I can always hear it. And I was going to write a poem combining the elements of Earth, Air, Wind, and Fire with the Beltline. And instead it turned into this. It's called Elemental NC. Angels sing songs in red clay, fire, desires, bird ears, with their air, their airs. It is not there, it is here. Such winds brush earth and these waters. Transcendent sirens call in Carolina. I call this Timing of Love. This is about, actually about one of them. Better watch flower unfold than break petals before ripe. Fruit may then fall in outstretched hands, not bruised, not rotting on cold ground. See, we've cleared out everybody except a couple people. Must be me. I'm sure it's me.
No, don't worry, it's not you.
Huh?
I said, don't worry, it's not you.
Oh, okay. Let's see now. I got a whole bunch. I guess pretty much most of the rest of it is haiku. I think it's pretty much all haiku, except maybe one other.
What does haiku stand?
Mainly for...
It's a German form, a Japanese form. That's, 17 sound elements.
Yeah.
But, I mean, some people say 17 syllables, but it's based on 17 sound elements in Japanese.
And I tend to write American haiku. It looks to me, from my studies of haiku, which, I haven't done that much of it, but it appears that Americans tend to write in 17 actual syllables. A 5-syllable line, then a 7-syllable line, and then a 5-syllable line. And when the translation is done from Japanese into American, and you take the 17 Japanese sounds, because Japanese language is created based on sound, as opposed to American, which is much more influenced by syllables in the way the language works. So when you translate Japanese into American English, it tends to come out as fewer syllables to match the same number of sounds. I don't know why I get into that. Anyway, this is a haiku. And some of these have a little humor in them, so don't be afraid to laugh. They're not really that funny. Even if nothing happens for a long time, it doesn't mean it won't. The arrow of time goes only one way. Press time set button in my sleep. 1,000 rays of sun strike the pond, splash sparkles of light in my eyes. Beams of brightest sun, sparkling snow crystals, all the rainbow's colors. This is the next two are sort of haiku theory. They're about haiku. Haiku are not written, they appear. 17 small stones in a still pond. Writers tend to like this if they write short poetry, as opposed to writing novels. Haiku pay better per syllable than novels. Just do the math.
Yeah.
Wolf moon over the bright snow. Who will be howling tonight? Car battery died. Rolled down a hill. Popped the clutch. Gravity still works. The Mocha Creek, the milky sky, the cinnamon leaves, blurry wet dusk. That was actually inspired by a coffee shop. Sun in midwinter, forsythia sparkle like fireflies yesterday. Orange lights, black trees, music, voices in the dark, a city in rain. Here's one I wrote. I wrote a couple about Haiti, but this is the only one that is worth repeating. Miles of rubble and dust, nothing but destruction. Wait, a human hand. Monday, almost got rid of this cold. Tuesday, soon now. Wednesday, achoo! Warm day in winter, love unexpected. Joy is sweet, out of season. This is about the North Carolina way of the North Carolina natives' way of preparing for a snowstorm, which we've gone through a number of times. I think they're stopping. They're not doing this anymore as much. Anyway, it's another haiku. Streams rush, snow not in air, go on air. Loaves rush off shelves, fish follow selves. And this is one that I said I live near the Beltline. I write poems about the Beltline. This is the only haiku I've written about the Beltline. I-440 spins with the whir of a turbine in the distant breeze. And this was one of the first ones I ever wrote just a year ago. I haven't been writing them very long. It was inspired by someone reading Jack Kerouac. Any Jack Kerouac fans here? I like Jack Kerouac. He's probably my favorite author.
Okay.
And anyway, he wrote one. Let's see if I can remember it. This is the Jack Kerouac haiku. Kick the refrigerator. No, I'm sorry. Let me start again. Kicked the icebox door to close it and missed. It closed anyway. It's sort of zen. And my take on that, the idea that I got from that one is this. A car horn blows all night, stuck on autoplay. What is the meaning of this? Thank you. Yay. We got fans in the back. Thank you. Yay. Appreciate it. Appreciate that back row there. Come on. All of you come on up here.
Could you
Leave your clothes and
read
leave
the
your...
previous one again? I kind of missed it.
The one about the car horn.
I don't know before that.
What about kicking the refrigerator?
Oh, the Jack Kerouac one. The Jack Kerouac one is, I think I've got to write this down. I think I was off by one word last time. Kicked at the icebox door and missed, but it closed anyway.
Okay.
It sounds like it's part of that. And gravity works, still works.
Yeah, that's the same
In
idea.
a school.
Sort of. The last one I'm going to read is a little longer than haiku. It's still a short poem. It's called Artists. A freeze in time, butter flat on paper, under glass or photograph, ink-stained eyes from shiny paper meet. This time stop, monument, fossil in the courtyard, eyes in head. Paper is eyes, looking outer is ink. In looking at eyes, dark iris, a dark pupil. Pure sclera, pure white sclera. Petals open. Dark iris eyes flower. Hands touch. Then let go. And on that I'll let go.